guys, I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. I find myself today with Yanzi Lynn, and we are once again going to talk about the American comic book industry. But today is something that's a little special. Something a little special, as I am a great big ThunderCats fan. And we do have some ThunderCats news in the way of comic books. ThunderCats #1. This is coming out from Dynamite Comics. 100K pre-sales. At this time when the comic market is dying, ThunderCats is going to come out. It's going to be a comic book. It's not going to, last time I remember there being a ThunderCats book was done by Wildstorm, technically a Warner Brothers property, usually handled within Warner Brothers, now being offloaded with some other properties to Dynamite. And I want to talk about that at the end. There's something weird about that. But right now, all you needs to know is people are lining up for ThunderCats #1, and this is jarring to me as people are not buying the Superman, the Batman, things like that. People, the gay characters, the Pride Month, all of that stuff. What's the returns on it? Well, manga's booming, all that stuff. Fans are going elsewhere, and now it looks like fans are buying Transformers, buying ThunderCats, G.I. Joe, Gargoyles even. What do we got?
ThunderCats #1 has over 100K pre-sales, which means that when the ThunderCats finally debuts on the ICV2 sales chart, it will probably be above Batman. So, it's interesting that it's happening at a point in time. January, February, comic sales are typically very slow at that point in time. And yet, for some reason, this book that's not from the big two publisher, Marvel or DC Comics, is hitting 100K in pre-sales. So this is not the first time that you have a non-big two book really moving the needle on things. We recently did a video looking at the comic store market shares by different publishers. Marvel, DC, and IDW all lost market share, but Image grew a market share of 2.2%. Now, what is amazing about this market share growth for Image, which is the home of things like Transformers and G.I. Joe now, is that if you look at the top 50 comics for the fourth quarter, in October, Image only shows up on the list 4 times. In November, it also shows up only 4 times. In December, it shows up only twice. So think about it. In 3 months, they only have 10 top-selling books in the top 50. And for some reason, that grew their market share. Everything else is dominated by DC and Marvel. Now, what does that mean, though? In raw absolute number, that means that their books are selling so well that they're actually grabbing market shares from people like Marvel and DC and stuff. So, the fact that you have now another of these properties, I kind of want to call it nostalgia bucks because it's like Transformers, G.I. Joe is like from the 80s era. ThunderCats are kind of from the era. Now, is it nostalgia bucks? Can Ryan Higgins actually be wrong? And it's actually this 40-year-old white males who are going into comic book stores buying all these books that are somehow propping up the comic industry now.
I feel like there's 2 things happening here all at the same time, but they kind of go together to make one big clap. And that's basically the loss of real estate in mainstream superhero books as far as like gay Robin, gay Superman. You know, we went through pretty much all, maybe bisexual Batman. We went through pretty much all of the DC Comics characters, and DC went all in on Pride. Okay, Marvel, again, like let's have a handicapped Spider-Man, you know, let's have Riri Williams, Iron Man, what, all of that. We've done this, all new, all different, happening in 2016. Okay, so people have lost faith with their heroes just because their heroes are being basically neutered in ways, or they're changing sexuality or whatever. It doesn't matter. Iceman's gay. Okay, so all of a sudden here comes some retro properties back with fresh, clean slate. The Transformers, we've had Transformer books, but this is a clean slate at Skybound. So these things come along, and what I believe I'm seeing, and I'm a fan of all of these properties, is that fans have faith in the original content and they're going to show up for it. Because I'm a big ThunderCats fan, but I'm not interested in this book. I'm not going to go buy this book. I have the Super 7 figures, all of that stuff. I love the cartoon, all of this stuff. But no matter how big a ThunderCats fan is, I don't like the creators I'm seeing on this book necessarily. It might be a good book and maybe isn't. But it piques my interest because everything else sucks that bad. I actually don't think these books are that great right now. I just think comparatively to everything and every bad decision, especially happening at Marvel and DC with their characters, creators and decisions with the characters, This is like a bottle of water in the middle of the desert. It's like, oh my God, it's like an oasis of some sort. So when people say that the comic market's changed, fans have changed, we're competing with all these other things, I kind of don't like that. And I think it's a very disingenuous thing to say because I think these books are examples that there is a fan out here that does want to buy action adventure male superheroes. And that they want that they need that they actually are on a quest for that, whether it's a robot, whether it's a soldier, or whether it's a cat with a sword. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you for sure that all these old properties being given return to form takes on their comic counterparts is definitely stirring up some problems. For example, here this person says, Skybound needs to introduce some gay people or something quick, because my church senses are tingling and I feel a wave of right-wing mecha dude bro tourists trying to weasel in because they like how much of a return to form this comic is. And we need to shut down that beep ASAP. So first of all, this guy here, 17 years old, they, them, he, him. So, guy, you are the tourist here, not all these fans who have been around since Transformer debuted in the 80s. You are the newcomer tourist, demanding to have gay representation in there, hoping they will turn away all these people who like the fact that this book has gone back to form. It's like, this is very SJW tactics. See, oh, it's popular. I guess we better co-opt it now and make it suit our agenda so we can keep all these tourists out.
Right. And the hypocrisy here is very apparent. They like to say maybe this book isn't for you, meaning me, the fan. I would say maybe this book isn't for you, the person who's maybe wanting to corrupt the media or the characters or the IP. But anyways, I did want to go back to this point at the end of the video. I'm very interested with the ThunderCats thing for one reason, and everybody should be watching this and what's going to happen after. Dynamite had basically gotten a few properties from Warner Brothers, and they're running them as books under Dynamite. What I'm looking at right now is a book that will probably sell out and get a second printing of around, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10,000 copies. And they might do that 2 or 3 times, and there'll be press and there'll be buzz about it. I'm asking everybody that works at DC Comics, and you guys should be in fear of this, or anybody in the comics community, what happens when Warner Brothers sees their comics, their properties sell better as comics by outsourcing it to another company? And I think that is what we're getting ready to watch. We'll keep an eye on this. If you guys will hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. Also, Inglorious Rex 2 looking to launch a second chance campaign this weekend. You can sign up here on 9livescomics.com. Get on board for the smash hit monster sequel. And we'll be going to print with this book very soon. I'll leave you guys with a trailer for this smash hit comic coming at you from 9 Lives Comics.
Stepped on the scene, I got greatness all in my jeans. Ain't no way that I can slow down. I'm laced up, look how I shake the ground. Can't touch the ground, but you can kiss the ring. Close your eyes and see how I live a dream. I'm too smooth, MJ with the lean. Don't be fooled, I came through with the team. This is over their heads, how high can it go? I'm too over the edge, got my eyes on the goal. And we right back at it, keep them right on their toes. Look at the way that I move, this is all that I know. Cause I got the drive, I put it in gear. Line them up, I don't see no competitors here. If it ain't first place, we really can't settle for it. Listen up, get ready for it.